Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World Daily with me, John Jordan. So the news we're looking at today is the announcement of a new game, which is always exciting. It's called Guild of Guardians. It labels itself the world's first AAA blockchain RPG. Not so sure about that, but if you're making a game, you want to kind of buff it up, don't you? Anyway, let's go into a bit of detail. There is some interesting stuff as opposed to it just being a new game. So this is from the Guild of Guardians Medium. So the game has just been announced. It's a mobile RPG, so that's interesting. We've discussed in the past how mobile is really valuable in terms of having billions of users access through app stores, incredibly important for accessibility. But Apple and Google not very keen on allowing blockchain, particularly blockchain payment systems. Obviously, on the app stores, you can't have alternative payment systems. That's one of the reasons that Epic is suing Apple and Google at the moment. But anyway, there's no detail about that at the moment. In terms of the game, multiplayer fantasy action RPG. You build your dream team of guardians, the characters, and compete in a guild to earn epic awards. So that's the kind of structure we've got. This is a bit of gameplay footage. So the game's pretty early. It's kind of in like a prototypey sort of stage at the moment. So it's not built out by any means. But we can kind of see. It looks like a bit like an auto play. I'm not sure if it's going to be if it's an idle game. Doesn't look like any controls on this. So it may be a sort of idle game, which have been very popular on mobile and would fit, I think, quite well into blockchain economics if done correctly. So what do they say? They believe. Should say the developer is called Stepico. They're based in Ukraine. They're basically up to this point been a work-for-hire studio, which basically means they've worked for other developers to complete their games. So they've worked on like 25 games. They're an 80-strong team. So they should be able to make a decent game. And what they're saying is blockchain games should be fun and rewarding. Definitely the case. Blockchain games not very fun at the moment. Very much focused on reward because that's how crypto is at the moment. But they want to get a better balance, I suppose, between those two things. So the whole thing about blockchain is obviously you can trade your in-game items for real money. Your purchase should be rare, digital, collectible with real value. Okay, so those bits are good. We are making it multiplayer and guild focused because games are are always more fun with friends and enemies, and also that provides kind of good retention mechanics. So here we go. Guild of Guardians is developed by Stepico Games. Now, interesting here, it's published by Immutable. So Immutable is the company behind Gods Unchained, based out of Australia, originally called Fuel Games, rebranded to Immutable. So they're going to publish it. They are obviously providing the expertise in blockchain. Stepico looks like, and they probably understand blockchain to some degree, otherwise they wouldn't be making this game. But Immutable have also been launching stuff. They have many millions of dollars they've sold of Gods Unchained NFTs. And I guess the most interesting thing here is that it is going to be built on Immutable X. So Immutable X is a layer 2 solution, scaling solution for NFTs on Ethereum. So Ethereum at the moment is pretty much impossible to use because the gas fees are too expensive. And so it's good for DeFi. It's not so good for games, even quite expensive for DeFi now, unless you're putting in kind of thousands of dollars or even tens of thousands of dollars, really. So games are all moving to what we call layer 2 solutions. Layer 2 solutions are just much faster, less secure blockchains that work with Ethereum. Ethereum providing the security kind of a mechanic. If you end up with very expensive NFTs, you probably want to stick them on Ethereum, not on the layer 2 solution. If your NFTs are worth tens of dollars, you probably don't care too much about it. So the point of a layer 2 scaling solution is zero gas fees and instant transactions. So in terms of you can run the whole game on the L2, and it's kind of like you expect a game to be. You're not hanging around to do for transactions to clear through the blockchain, and you're not paying gas fees. So all games, certainly on Ethereum, are going to L2s. Interesting. This is the first game outside of Gods Unchained, which we've heard going for Immutable. Gods Unchained is moving over to Immutable X as well. So it's still quite a long way off, as I say. So the pre-sale is going to happen in the first half of 2021. So over the next few months, there will be a pre-sale where you can buy heroes. We all know about pre-sales. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Can drive FOMO, but also if the game doesn't sort of come out ever, then you've wasted your money. So we'll see how that works. Obviously, NFTs are hot at the moment, but the game is not going to be released. Even at the moment, they're not planning for it to be released for a year, early 2022. Subject to change. Obviously, a big issue here is app stores. Can you get app approval for a game that's using blockchain? Depends how they're using the blockchain, I would imagine. The game has been under development for a while, which doesn't sound like very much. Initial prototype's complete, so there's not. They've done the prototyping. They've done probably like a minimum viable product, an MVP. But I would imagine they've not even started kind of on the alpha sort of thing yet. So this is kind of an announcement, sort of about an announcement. So it's pretty early for them to announce it. Why they're doing that? Well, they want to get in. They want to build a community. So they're saying they've got 60,000 pre-registrations already. I'm not saying they're lying, but I don't see how they've done that. I've not heard about it. I spend all my time looking at blockchain games. I could be wrong. Could be they've marketed to the Gods Unchained community already, but I'm part of that and I've not seen anything about it. So I'm not saying they're wrong, but it seems a lot to me. Anyway, you can sign up now. If you go to the website, you can get early access to the pre-sale, Discord, Twitter, usual sort of stuff. Just have a quick look at the website. So if we go in here, we can, it's just a kind of holding page on the website, showing off some of the art and the characters. We can see these are the Guardians. I guess, for this kind of RPG, you're not having anything, you're not breaking the mold with this. You've got, a ranged sort of characters. You've got some big melee orcs. You've got, so that's a ranger sort of character, a mage over here, magic, another melee one. Looks like got death here. Art style's quite nice. I guess we need to get a bit more detail about how the blockchain stuff works, and really actually how the guild stuff works. That sounds like the most interesting thing here. Is how the guild stuff's going to work. So play to earn, of course. Going to have a bunch of loot. There's a video here, so that's on there. So we can maybe quickly run this. So that's probably the same thing we've seen before. So we can see, there is a joystick there. So it's not autoplay or idle game. So you're controlling it and tapping away. These might be on auto. Are they? Let's have a look. Yeah, they might be on auto. I think with these sort of games, you do want some sort of auto element. That's just how mobile games are at the moment. But we'll see. I guess with the guild thing, may provide the kind of interesting element that actually may drive people to actually play these games. It looks pretty nice. It looks a bit blocky, a bit sort of Roblox, Minecraft inspired. Also going to be a lot of dungeon crawling and grinding. I guess the interesting thing with free-to-play mobile games have been about either time or money. So most people just spend time and don't spend money. How can blockchain kind of change that balance so people are actually maybe spending time and earning money? That's interesting, but maybe that also encourages them to spend more. That's the interesting thing that I'd be looking at for this game. Anyway, that's enough for today. Check out Guild of Guardians. And sign up and do the usual sort of social stuff if you're interested in the Discord. But thanks for watching the video. This is Blockchain Gaming World Daily, looking at the daily news of blockchain games. Please sign up if you're interested, and thanks for watching. See you again soon.